I've got something kind of fun going on today. Amy Rhodes over in the DeConstructed Art Journaling Facebook group was talking about kind of combining the DeConstructed Art Journals with Journaling by Fives. And this is something I've kind of had in the back of my mind for a while, but I haven't really given it a lot of thought as to, how that would work. But she has, and she, came up with an idea, which I think is just fabulous. So I'm going to give it a test run and see how this works. I'm going to put links in the video description to the Facebook groups for the DeConstructed Art Journaling and for Journaling by Fives and for Amy Rhodes' YouTube channel, so you can go check everything out. But right now, I'm going to show you kind of what we're talking about. The DeConstructed Art Journaling pages are one 8x8 sheet of any kind of paper. I have chosen flimsy phone book pages that have been used to clean up other paints and stuff. That's fine. You can use, cardstock or recycled paper, whatever. You just need papers to start with. They measure 8x8. They fold in half so that you can mail them in one business-size envelope. And typically, your inside spread is one whole spread, but your outsides, this other side, are two different ones, if you choose for it to be that way, because, they're sent off and intended to be bound like this in a little book if you want to. So anyway, that's just some basic details. You can learn more on the Facebook group, or check out Rosemary's YouTube channel. I'll put a link to her channel there as well, because she has videos on these details, so you can see what we're talking about here. Here's what we're going to do. Here's what we decided to try it this way, and that is to do all the 5 steps on one side and then on the other side, not to try to flip them over and do front and back, because that's just going to be a big old mess. And we're thinking 5 minutes for these 4 pages. Personally, I think that's a little bit too much time. Because, in standard journaling by fives, you get 45 seconds per page. And 5 minutes for 4 pages gives you over a minute per page. But that's okay. This will be a little bit slower paced journaling by fives. And we should call it DeConstructed Art Journaling by Fives. Yes, I like that. It's like that category on Wheel of Fortune, where they do the, what do they call that? I forget what they call it, but I like that. Where was I? I was trying to get started. Okay, so I'm going to do the 5 steps on one side of these pages and then flip them over, do the 5 steps on the other side, and we'll see what happens. 5 minutes for 4 pages. I've got my timer ready for 5 minutes, and seriously, this just came up last night. I just literally threw this together. These were things that I already had laying out and I was using, so that's what I'm going to use. For my paint, I'm going to use my water-soluble oil crayons that were left in my car and fused themselves together in most heinous ways. So I'm going to see what kind of muddy mess I can make with those. And I'm going to do that in 5 minutes. And I'm going to hit start. And let's just see what we can get done. Start with a little water. And, oh, I've been doing circles like a crazy woman. Should I just make more circles? Yeah, let's pick green, which is already on there. And yellow just makes everything better. Usually. Sometimes, oh, I tore it. Sometimes it just contributes to the mess. Now, in the DeConstructed Art Journaling process, these would be sent out to 4 different people, and then you would receive 4 different pages. in return. It's a great group over there, very sloppy. They're all about the slops, and I'm in one of them right now. So I hope that you'll go check them out. Okay, that is just a big mess. Let's see. I think we need... Uh-oh. That's not orange. That's not orange. Right there. And some... What have I got? A minute? Okay. Yeah, that thing I said about 5 minutes being too much time. Not so much, maybe. Okay. I'm liking that. Just be careful or I'm going to rip even more holes. I knew this paper was not a good choice when I chose it, and then that's kind of why I chose it, because it's not a good choice. You would just have to be inside my mind to understand that. Alright, I can't even tell what we have on there. Here's some white. Okay, what a mess. Alright, and of course it's rainy outside. I can't hang them to dry. Let me hit these with the heat gun and let them dry because they're just a big puddled mess right now. So we'll see what they look like once they dry. I had my iron out for some other stuff I was working on, so I just ironed these and they dried instantly. So we're good to go. Now I have to decide, do I want to do all 5 steps on this side and then flip them, or do I want to flip them now and do step 1 on the other side and then do both the step 2s, both the step 3s, you know, what do I want to do? I think what I want to do is do one side complete first and then flip them. Now what that means is I have a chance of, you know, paint and glue and stuff getting underneath to my finished side. There is that risk, but, you know, the nature of journaling by 5s, it really doesn't matter. You know, you can do your free play when you're all done, just like regular journaling by 5s. So I'm going to do it this way first, and then we'll see what happens. I could do 2 of them one way and 2 the other. Oh, that would totally confuse me. I can't. Yeah, that's too much for my brain to handle. So let's don't go there. Okay, let's just do it this way. If I find that I don't like it, I'll do it again the other way and then compare the 2. So right now it's collage and recycle. I am using only what I had out here that I've been working on recently. So I've got a lot of painted papers and scraps from that I'll use. And I've also got, these are on the kitchen counter, I use Pill Pack from my pharmacy. They're online and they ship your medications to you, and they're in these little individual packages, so you know you don't have to sort your pills if you take several a day, which I do. They're just all, you know, your daily doses in one little thing. But I saved the little things because I thought they would make really good, you know, like a little pocket. And you can see what medications I take, but it's not a secret. You know, I don't mind. It's no big deal. I just thought they would be interesting, so I may stick those on there. Okay. I'm going to use a glue stick to get everything in position, and then after the timer goes off, then I can go back and Mod Podge it down if I want to. Timer, 5 minutes, which is not seeming like the big long stretch of time that I thought it was going to be. So, let's go. Okay. These are really brittle, delicate old book pages, so they're kind of crumbly, and not really sticking at all. I think they'll be okay. I really just want to hold them in place, and then I'll go back and glue them down good later. You don't have to make all 4 the same. It's easier for me, you know. Just requires less thinking to do it that way. So that's why they're all going to be pretty darn similar. Or at least have all the same elements on them. Okay, what else do we have? It's kind of cool. I want to keep in mind that these are going to be folded in half, so I don't want too much in the middle, because, you know, if it gets bulky on the fold, it causes problems. Okay. There we go. Time. Oh look, 5 seconds. We're done. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I was kind of fretting over that. Alrighty, now I'm gonna get my Mod Podge and just glue down these loose edges, and I'll come back for session 3. Got my loose edges all tacked down, Mod Podged, and I grabbed just a few stamps and stencils, just basic geometric shapes. Nothing too complicated. And a couple of inks. These are chalk inks. This one is Alabaster, kind of a creamy white. This one is Pink Pastel. It is not Pink Pastel. Clearly I don't pay attention to the lids when I'm replacing them. It is some form of black. That's all I know about that. So let's just slap some of these on here. I guess I should have gotten an applicator for my ink. I don't want to go back upstairs. Okay, I'm just going to use the pad. We'll wing it. Maybe a paper towel. That'll work. Alright. 5 minutes. Go. Stencils first. Juicy ink pads and stencils do not a happy couple make. Okay, that'll work. Good enough, right? Now, let's use the black. I'll put these circles right there. Okay. No, my phone is locked up. There. Sorry. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, that was good. That was easy. Okay. Yeah, these need to dry, and they're chalk pads, so it's kind of best if you heat set them. So I'm going to shoot these with the heat gun and then move on to the next step. Okay, here's what I've learned. Step 1, 2, and 3, no problem. Progressed as normal, you know, like you would do for journaling by 5s. Step 4. That's the focal image and or words and phrases. It is almost impossible to pick out those words and images and make them random. Impossible. I'm just telling you, okay? Because there's 4 pages, and you know, really there's 8 potential surfaces, but still that's few enough that I just noticed when I was picking stuff out that I was designing the pages in my head as I was doing it. It just happened. So anyway, yes, these images are really kind of contrived. You know, I just automatically in my head knew what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. I just started pulling things to go together, and it just happened, you know, whether I wanted to or not. So if you do this, don't worry about that. If you get to this image part and you're planning out your pages ahead of time, that's okay. You know, give yourself a break on that, because yeah, after doing it, I'm seeing that it's just not possible to be all of that random when you have so few surfaces that you're working on. So, with that said, I'm just going to glue these little puppies down in the design that I already have in my head. Alright, and okay, back up. Before I get started, since I couldn't stop myself from planning this out in my head, I've already chosen my images for this other side, this surface, and this surface. So I'm going to pull those out and set them aside, because I already know I want a person on the front of each one. I don't know which one, that will be random, but come on, like it really matters. And I want a watch image on the back. Missing one. There we go. And I could have pulled out, you know, 25 watch images and made that, you know, random. But why bother? They're all watch images. I knew what I wanted to put on there. So, yeah, there we go. So on this inside, I just have a couple small things I'm going to put. Alright, so now I'm ready to go. 5 minutes. Start. Oh. Well, I guess I could have trimmed that one better, huh? Okay. And, look, I found these. I like those for there. Now, I also pulled these tags out, and they're just on, like, computer paper, so I need to back them with something to make them sturdier. But I'm going to put those in here. It's just a cute little tag. Yeah? Okay. That was really sad. I guess I can glue these down better. Okay. Alrighty. My phone keeps freezing up. Okay. Got them glued down. Gonna go in and secure these little guys and my phrases. And then we'll be back for step 5 on this side, and then we'll be ready to flip, and we'll see what happens. So, stay tuned. Okay, last step for this side. Pen, pencil, marker, detail. I pulled out my paint pens, and these are the ones I'm going to use. And I'm just going to add, you know, little something-somethings here and there. Let's just see. 5 minutes. Okay. Ready, set, and go. that's it. Alright, I think these are going to be great. I'm going to do some free play on these when I'm done. Spruce them up a little, not a whole lot. But, yeah, I think it went well. It's time for the other side. I think I'm just going to jump right in, do the other side. I may just speedy video through it because, you know, I've already seen all this. So, let's just get to it. Oh, 5 minutes. Okay, Shannon. Don't be an idiot. There we go. Ready? Go. Okay, my DeConstructed Art Journaling By 5 pages are finished, and overall I like them. I'm going to do some free play time on them, you know, tweak them up a little bit, and then I have some people in mind I'm going to send these to. But overall I like them very much, and I like the process very much. Here's what I learned. Okay, remember at the beginning when I was talking about, do I do all 5 steps on one side and then flip and do all 5 steps on the other? Or do I do step 1, flip, step 1, step 2, flip, step 2? Okay, well I chose to do all 5 steps on one side before turning over to the other side. In hindsight, it would have been better to do it the other way around. In other words, to do all of step 1 on this side, turn it over, all of step 1 on this side. Then do all of step 2, flip, all of step 2. That's how I will do it next time. The reason is because there was just too much gunk that got on my finished piece, because, you know, I had paint and glue and all over the place, so I got a lot of stuff that I could have avoided had I done them one at a time. Know what I'm saying? So I would do that differently. Other than that, it worked out great, and it was fun, and 5 minutes is actually a little bit long, but I'm not going to mess with it because, you know, 3.5 minutes or 3 minutes, that's just going to mess everyone up. So, you know, 5 is easy. We'll just do 5. Let me show you what I ended up with before free play. I'll try to remember to video after free play before I send these out. But here they are. And in my free play time, I'm going to reinforce this tag and do something on it. I don't know what, but I do like it in there. And I'll do some more doodling and pen work, because 5 minutes is just not enough time for anything, really. I may add a word or phrase on the fronts, because all of my little girls are short, you know. So I've got room for a something on there. I just don't know what. I'll figure that out. But I really like the background, the stamping, the collage, everything about it. Even the cheesy phone book paper, which I was really thinking was not going to work out, because I did rip a couple of holes in a couple of the pages when I had them all wet, you know, with the oil pastels. But I just collaged over those holes, so it's fine. And after I glued down my collage pieces with the glue stick, I went in off camera and secured them with Mod Podge, and I just went ahead and Mod Podged over the whole page because I had so many collage pieces that were practically covering the whole thing anyway, and that did help to give the phone book page a little bit of strength. So yeah, it's not bad. So there we have it. Deconstructed Art Journaling by Fives. Check out the Facebook group. Go over there, say hey to Rosemary. Join the group if you're interested in doing the swap. There's not a group going on as of yet, but I think that one will be starting. We wanted to get this video done before we actually started a group, because people are going to have questions. It's confusing. It's two different groups and two different techniques that are combined, and how does that work? So hopefully this has answered any questions anyone might have, and I hope that you give it a try and that you enjoy it. And for now, I'll just say the end.